The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
Oh, well, shit. Alright, welcome back to Sunset City, a Sonic podcast for the modern and classic age. How's everybody doing today?
We're here. We're doing our best.
We're certainly
We're
here.
doing our best.
we got this
broken
far.
and tired.
We have got this far, so we've done all right.
We've got the dog over on the far end who keeps dropping in and out of his euthanasia.
Hey, what's up? That's
My
that's just how it is, you know.
Over on his,
Why did you give him that?
over on his side, we have the green boy who doesn't know how to work OBS, or apparently who OBS hates. One of those.
So a little column A, a little column B.
Nick, I'm gonna come
Yeah,
into
yeah,
your game
agree.
room and I'm gonna set it up for you. Except, oh wait, I'm now hundreds and hundreds of miles away.
This is your first. This is your first episode not in the States again, man. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And
You
no-
guys are just back to being PNGs on the screen again, and that's something I'm gonna have to get used to.
On his side, we have the guy who's just going to be kind of gargling his cellular connection in and out. And I'm Wayne.
Oh my god.
Boy, does that turkey ever look good, huh?
You leave that turkey alone. That's not for you. Don't touch my thighs.
Don't you think?
All right, so what are we doing?
Can't
You,
unfuck
you
the
guys got
turkey.
the plan open or what? Like, who's got the planner open? I didn't
Well-
open.
Driving, I can't look at a planner, I'll die.
So here's the
Oh
thing
my
is,
God.
I didn't even open my internet because there's
Don't
just
even
so
worry.
much
Don't.
internet usage going on. Lead the way, Nick. You've got this.
Okay, so first things first, let's get a little of the stuff out of the way here. We had some plans ready to go, and clearly, starting as late as we are, things haven't been going according to plan. We were going to do a spoiler cast today. We're going to hold off one more week. We already have a lot to talk
There's
about
a
this week.
surprise reason. Sure, sorry,
We
should I have
might-
even said that?
And let me at least say, like, we might even have to push it back to like closer to Christmas, if I'm honest with you, because guys, we have a whole new Sonic show that drops next week.
Oh
So
shit,
that might
you're
just have
right.
to be our
God
whole
damn it.
focus.
Oh,
Which is
dang,
fine.
okay. You know,
It's
maybe
it's fine.
you know we
We're not gonna be done
usually
talking about Frontiers for a long time.
We usually don't do the spoiler cast as like mainline episodes anyway. If we could maybe find a day between that where we're all free, maybe we could do it
Well,
then.
the spoiler
call.
casts we've usually done haven't been Sonic related though. So
Right.
Sure, but
Sonic.
I don't know.
Give me
I
your
didn't-
lunch money, man. Get over here, nerd, and give me your lunch money.
We'll talk about this at a meeting later. Yeah.
He's out the lunch money. Just hold on to it like an asshole.
It's really funny that the
I swear
majority
I'm
of
listening
that
to his snuff film.
The
I swear to God, it sounds like
majority of
somebody is
that
waterboarding him.
didn't make any sense. It was like, just give it about look
No.
both ways.
It's not really water. It's not really waterboarding if I don't get bored while I'm doing it to him.
Attaboy. Tell him.
It's not really waterboarding if you're
All
not
right,
wet
so-
while you're doing it to him.
So here's what we're going to be talking about today, guys. We do have a new clip for Sonic Prime we're going to get into. Pup still hasn't shared his experiences with Sonic Frontiers, so we're going to give him the floor for a little while. And we do have Genshin versus Sonic and a larger conversation about the Game Awards. So we have plenty to talk about today. Oh, I know where we could start, though. How about that Yuji?
What's he done this time? What's that little rascal up to these days? You know, was he?
Literally
It
the
was-
exact same thing.
Doubling down, man. He was in so much fucking insider trading because originally it was Dragon Quest, now it's fucking Final Fantasy.
Man just can't keep
Just
his
don't
nose
like-
clean.
Wayne, do you know specifically what insider trading is, like what he was doing? Because I've not done a whole lot of reading on it. I just
So
enjoying the memes.
I do need to freshen myself up on that because I feel a little ignorant on what exactly he was doing. If I'm just kind of going off of like just kind of my like poor understanding of it, I think it's something to do with like, oh, he's sharing like development secrets about, you know, what's going on behind closed doors and everything like that.
Right.
I don't know that if that's entirely what that is, but that's kind of what it
It had more
sounds
to
like.
do with- I thought it had more to do with stocks.
You are like the
Then-
Kenny of
That
this.
makes more sense.
If this is South
That makes
Park,
much
you
more
are
sense.
literally Kenny in this situation.
I am doing my best.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna
insider
assume that you're always saying something offensive every time you come in with that muffled little screech of yours.
Okay, so real quick, insider trading involves trading in a public company's stock or other securities by employees with non-public material information about the company. So it actually could be a little bit of both.
So NFT.
So
Oh,
it's
there you
it's
go.
using insider information from the company to try to figure out when to buy and sell stock because you know stuff that public shareholders don't.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
gonna lie, that just sounds
Perfect.
like the grind. I don't even. If someone told me that it'd broken into someone's car and stolen their, like, I don't know, amplifiers, maybe it's a musician or something, he wouldn't have my respect. Like, that's people's personal property, but the guy's just gaming the system. He's just grinding, and I kind of respect it.
Amazing.
Stock market like it's its own video game. It's like, okay, I gotta enter the cheat codes real quick.
At the end of the day, I loved
Amazing.
what those Redditors were doing when it came to GameStop. Which, by the way, do you guys know my issues with GameStop?
No, we don't. Why don't you
They
tell us in
keep-
great
it's-
detail?
It's because they keep the games going.
Well, yeah, basically, you got the gist of it. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it be. That's about right, yeah.
This
Oh man.
Hey man, you know,
Dude,
I miss Orange Julius. That was a good day. That was a good day.
I'm glad you liked it, man. I was excited to show you all the trash that we had to eat in this.
No, you
in the
weren't. The
States
whole
here.
time you were like, "Why don't you ever want good food, Pop?" And I'm just like, "Man, did you think I came to America for good food?"
Is that
Just-
is that-
Just full disclosure, that's how I actually talk. So that's how I spoke around
that-
him
Yeah,
while I
like,
wasn't on the
behind
air.
the scenes, he suddenly turns
Nick
Eastern
Boy.
Behind the scenes, I am Nikolai.
right?
I apologize for happening. Will not do second time.
I will not. I cannot download OBS. My hands are full. Oh.
It was saying that Google, and I need to figure this out. It was saying Google Chrome was running OBS. I was like, what are you talking about?
We'll
we'll
work
figure
on
that out
at a
after the
later
show.
date. Yeah, we need to have contingency
Yeah,
plans
yeah.
that don't involve toileting our presentation.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We've,
You know,
we
that
figured
said
it out,
about GameStop, though, I gotta admit, like, I know we're not supposed to like it or whatever. They usually have some pretty good deals this time of year. I got the
Yeah.
My Little Pony game brand new for $8.
So this
I
is
can't
the
wait for that
beginning
to show.
of the Nick Brony era, basically. You're gonna tip your little fedora hat to the nice lady at the McDonald's drive-thru while you order your nuggies.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's something about Nick like playing a My Little Pony game that doesn't feel like at all out of place. Like I didn't even bat an eye
I mean,
at that.
here's the thing. I'd expect it from Surus. From Surus, this would just be a normal day. With Nick, there's something to talk about, you know?
See,
there wasn't-
Cyrus would play it, but he'd bellyache the entire time.
No, he would. I mean, he would.
Yeah,
but,
He
like,
would bellyache, but he'd still be into it though. Like the same way he's like, don't say uwu. Oh,
yeah,
you
100%.
nasty
He
rascals.
would be like, "You bought me the My Little Pony game? You monsters! I'm gonna play it immediately."
Here's like genuinely though, right? Like if My Little Pony wasn't this weird subculture that it transformed into, I just like games where you play animals. Like that's a cool idea to
Yeah,
me.
you
I
keep
just love games like
rationalizing
that.
it. You keep making those leaps.
Nick, that's also known as Cope.
I'm a Sonic fan. I only know Cope.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's
yeah,
just
this is-
Yeah,
Sonic is definitely not
are
for
any of
like
us-
both of the two and only two genders.
Are any of us in a
Jesus
place to judge
Christ.
here?
No, none of us are. No, here's the thing though. Like when I bought that game, I suddenly got a litany of ads for other horse games that I did not know existed for this generation of consoles. There's like a dozen of them at the very least. It is wild. There's like a Unicorn Princess game, and then there's like Horse World 2, and shit like that.
You're gonna get
It's
wild.
fedora hats in your
wonder
YouTube
what
recommendation.
In Horse World,
You're gonna be getting.
I'm gonna say
your
this right now.
Amazon recommendations: a long black trench coat and a fedora hat.
Oh my god.
And memorabilia.
No, I do want to do. I do want to do more videos about like animals, like games where you play animals. Like I did. Somebody just mentioned my shark video. Thank you for that, by the way. I'd love to do more videos like that. There's like a whole list of like dog games I want to do.
Have
That's
you ever
just
played
incredible.
the Little
Oh, what about that
Friends
one?
Cats and Dogs on the Nintendo Switch?
I have not.
It's pretty bare bones and it's pretty awful, but in the best way. Like I do not regret owning it.
Doug's eat bones.
What were you about to mention there, Wayne?
The Good Life? I think that was what you were streaming that one.
Yeah, I was there.
That
on
game's insane. It's a sweary game, dude.
No, but
it's
that
wild.
Yeah.
that live stream was what spawned the discussion as to whether or not we would eat human meat under the right circumstances, which is what spawned my university project, which won an award. What a crazy little
Glad
train
to
of
be.
events there.
Okay, yeah, I don't mind being 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon in that particular story.
Dude, you're
what a wild
effectively
universe.
the executive producer of that. You're like at least
I'm part of the
research, you know?
cannibal verse. So that's amazing.
Oh, dude, that should be a thing. Like films that are not horror films but are about cannibalism.
Oh my god. All right, well, obviously we're done talking about Yuji Naka.
Yeah, we gotta keep to schedule.
Oh, right.
No, it's fine. We didn't mention it up front. Wayne, have you been taking care of who's been taking care of the super chats today?
Okay, I'm done.
Thanks. I'll do that next week. Thanks for doing that, dude. Yeah, we'll be taking care of the super chats at the end of the show again. We're gonna go a little bit of a brisker pace than usual, just to see how we handle it.
Get it brisk because it's cold outside.
Because usually ends up.
And our
It
time
has been
might be
colder, dude.
limited. We don't
Yeah.
know yet.
We don't know. But yeah, let's move on to the next big course of action here. Before we get into the Game Awards, which I feel like is going to have a lot of stuff to talk about, you've already done some pretty hefty videos with Frontiers, but you've not actually talked about it on the show. Did you want to take the floor and kind of give your general thoughts now that you've had some time to really marinate with it?
Yeah, it was good, innit? I quite like
All right.
it. No. So, the thing is, like, I've been playing it pretty much non-stop since I got here in France as well. My sister would be able to vouch and be like, yeah, he does not get off of Sonic Frontiers. And it's been a
heard rings all month.
it's been a
all month.
combination of playing with the mods and just playing it as is. Like, I've been kind of going a little bit Tony Hawk Pro Skater with it in seeing just how much air I can get from flinging myself from rails, because that is a whole new layer of fun. I love that. That's like one of those, after I've beaten the game, don't need any objective things. Like, I'm happy to say we've got an instance like Spider-Man where you've got a game where just traversal is that much fun. Now, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to get too deep into overall thoughts and stuff. I'm not going to get too deep into, like, the nitty-gritty details, because I've already got, like, an over an hour-long video on that people can check out. And, you know, if we're going to do a discussion on that, I would rather it be in a devoted discussion rather than just a footnote thing. So, here's what I guess I'm going to say, is, I think we've got a really good gameplay engine for Sonic now that is versatile. It's the first time we've had one that's allowed for combat, but I've also really loved the little stunts you can pull off and all the tricks and all the speed you can get out of it. I love that. I think in terms of things like sharp inclines and loop-de-loops, where you can see, it's like a peek behind the curtain of your entertainment, you know? You can see the cogs in motion, and they are bare. There's no attempt at trying to cover up those cogs if you choose to take that peek behind the curtain. And that sucks, you know? You can walk around a loop-de-loop, you can walk up an incline, and the little bit where he flings himself up the incline because of his speed, it turns out is just a scripted bit. Like, that sucks, okay? Like, I feel like in 2022, they should be able to get a loop-de-loop right by now, at least. But for everything else that this engine has to offer, I'm really happy with what we've got here. Everything else, great. I can see why loop-de-loops aren't so much in the open zones, but then there's cyberspace. I don't get why that's the way it is. I've been playing a mod recently that puts the regular physics into cyberspace, and my god, it is a much better experience. It's so good. The turns you can make are fantastic, like... But overall, yeah, the game, okay, just overall, like, I think the story is a big upgrade. I'm really happy with it. I think it suffers from some pacing issues, and I think, as Nick has said, It's a game that is very apparently unfinished, but I feel like the parts that are finished are the parts that count, if you get me. Like, a lot of the things that show that kind of unfinished low quality to it are aspects that you wouldn't necessarily notice playing it normally, or that, you wouldn't necessarily need. At the end of the day, I think, these games should be high quality as possible, but at the end of the day, if you're gonna slip on a few things, these are the things to slip on. Except the loop-de-loops. Seriously, guys, like, if it's just a cosmetic thing, what's the point? Like, if I could just walk around that thing, there's no point. But yeah, I liked it. I thought overall it was really good. I'm happy to say that while it might not be the highest quality experience you have this year, there's a good chance it'll be the most fun. And yeah, I'm happy to have a new third entry into my holy trinity of Sonic games. So yeah, hell yeah, good game.
There you go. All right.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, there we go. Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit more in detail with the spoilers and the story and stuff like that in a couple weeks here. We're going to be talking Sonic Prime and all that stuff. But thank you, Pup. Glad to have that stuff on there. And I'm sorry I missed a few minutes of that. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but like my computer completely froze and I had to reset it. I was checking my phone and it said I was still in the call. It was like it's an imposter.
On
It's
an
Trey.
imposter?
I'm that dirty slut. All right. So now that we got all that stuff out of the way, did anybody turn into the Game Awards?
I
Anyone else
Yep.
watch that?
have seen.
I went
one
over
moment,
to-
but go on, Wayne. You go first, man.
I went over to a buddy's house after I got off work because it started while I was at work.
Mhm.
And then like once I finally got off my shift, my friend Cullen was which also Dr. Cullen PhD, go check out his channel. His shit's really good. But he I went over to his place and we watched it and it was fun. Long.
I streamed the
But-
whole thing. I was about to say go check out that stream, but I also have literally 5 copyright claims on it.
I hate that, alright? I hate that about all of these Jeff Keighley presentations. And I don't know if it's Jeff Keighley's fault, but it seems to be in all the Jeff Keighley presentations. These are
He can do better.
No, but
This
these
is
are
his
like
show.
game presentation things. These are game presentations, be it showcases or awards. And they know full well that there's a huge streaming scene when it comes to these things, and a reaction scene, and video games are generally fair game. So when they keep sneakily putting in copyright-sensitive stuff, I'm just like, God damn it, sort your entire life out, Jeff Keighley. Sort it out, you absolute turkey.
Yeah, no, it's not fun for us streamers, and I really do think like part of me is like I understand on the sense like Jeff's not going to be like, well, you license this song for this big trailer that you're going to put out everywhere.
Just
But
imagine
do
they
not do that here.
Kevin
Like they're not going to do
MacLeod.
that.
Kevin MacLeod royalty-free music playing over like an intense trailer. That plonky
Right.
piano. That could be really funny.
Yeah, yeah, Jeff's got to go. Like here's the thing, Gameator. Like the thing is, like he put together a pretty fucking good show. Like all things considered, heard he can be a bit of a pain in the ass on occasion, but like as far as the Game Awards are concerned, like the dude's out there doing what E3 and everybody else is no longer doing. And I'll be honest, like all things considered, they do need to do better for streaming stuff like that. I did a list after the show was done. There was like 10 things from that show. I was like, the day one purchases for me.
Well, go on then. What are they? Uh-oh. Okay. Anyone else able to hear Nick?
I can hear me.
I can hear Nick.
All right. Okay.
Hold on a minute.
All right. Fine. We're just getting a couple of
it
little growing pains
Sounds
on
like
my end.
sounds like a skill issue.
It's a me problem.
Pup, can you hear me okay right now?
I can hear okay right now, so I suggest you just list
Okay.
those games off.
Well, I want to start off with this one specifically before we get into Sonic versus Genshin and all that stuff. I wanted to talk about the big surprising news here. Suicide Squad, we got the release date, but also they have confirmed bittersweetly and heartbreakingly, like this is the Arkhamverse, so Batman did survive the trilogy,
Yep.
but at the same time, this is our very last performance by Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw
which,
that,
which to me is like,
go on, Wayne.
Like
go
my
ahead.
heart swelled, man. Like an
Yeah.
equal measure of pain and joy. hearing his
yeah,
voice
dude.
again.
I heard his voice and I was just like, fuck. It's like now I'm gonna finish up the Arkham reviews before Suicide Squad comes out, just so I can kind of like, cap that off. But that's just, dang, dude.
Kevin Conroy, like, I'm gonna go into like tribute mode here, but like Kevin Conroy was my definitive Batman. So like it completely broke my heart when I heard that he'd passed away and everything. But knowing that we've got one last performance in him, it's bittersweet, but that's enough to make the Suicide Squad game a day one purchase for me. Is just getting that one last Kevin Conroy performance. But if it is also of any reassurance, something I've been thinking about a lot is that when I read a Batman comic, the voice I hear from Batman is always Kevin Conroy, and I think the same is for a lot of people. So in that regard, the performance never really ends, Like, he's always going to be Batman.
And I was already excited about the game. I think Nick and I, like last Game Awards, we were talking about how much we wanted to play together in Suicide Squad Up. But
Yeah.
We could start by getting
I
Gotham
think I'm
Knights
kind of a
going.
pup here.
The game looks fucking boring.
Just
I'm
get
sorry,
it.
I don't
It's
care about the
fun.
Bat family.
It's a fun game. You play
I
with
will
us.
admit, I mean, I don't think it's any like the last people you need to tell in terms of like a game's not where it needs to be is the dev team. Like the dev team knows, But all that said, like I do kind of feel like I'm in a situation where clearly they ran out of time and money. But I think for both teams, they did a pretty good job focusing up on where they needed to. Because I have a pretty fun time with Gotham Knights. Stevie put out an amazing super chat.
Growing pains, am I
There's
right?
no voice. No voice.
Oh, Wayne, you might need to reshuffle the vocal inputs a little bit on the main screen. Do you know what you're doing there? Okay, yep. You need the desktop audio and you need your own audio, and yeah, that should do it. And if they can't hear us, then they just got to put their sound on, I guess.
Hang on. I think we got it. We're gonna.
Yeah, we
find
don't
out.
need your voice.
Oh,
Or
what a
yeah, I don't hear
stressful
Wayne.
afternoon.
I don't hear Wayne at all. I'm listening.
Sorry for happen. Oh, Linda. Oh, we have a misconnection, Burger.
2020.
Boy, if you guys could hear Wayne right now, this is very funny.
I think we're back. I think we're alive. I think we are okay.
Oh,
So Wayne
boy.
has saved the stream.
Oh,
He's
boy.
saved it.
He saved
He's got us
Christmas,
going again.
everybody.
I saved Christmas.
Now, I just want to extend a special thanks to everybody that stayed with the stream and not
I
the
hear
people
like
who
a
left,
bird dying on the mic.
That's me.
who are complete losers. To the people that left, you make me sick, you big baby.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Let's get this show back on the road.
All right, Genshin Impact, right? So, is that where we're at?
Oh yeah, we're all
Where
Genshin.
we at?
This is a Genshin Impact podcast now. We're all Genshin fans.
Um,
Oh god, I
Yeah.
love gambling.
so good. So, yeah, the big talking points this week, I'd say. Let's see, what kind of a mess did Trey start? Part of it was the conversation about the cutscenes in Sonic Frontiers, which I think we need to wait till we actually do the spoiler cast.
Yeah.
I always have to take a second to give Trey shit. That's all I got to do there. But outside of that, the other big talking point obviously was the Player Choice Award for the Game Awards, which really boiled down to Sonic Frontiers versus Genshin. And I don't know why I put such a weird emphasis on the word Frontiers. But yeah, you guys see all that shit go down?
So I
Don't you
kind of-
like it?
Yeah.
Don't you like it when you can literally bribe your audience with $5 worth of Prima Gems so that they can vote your game into the thing? Isn't that cool? Isn't that nice and ethical?
No,
It's great, isn't it?
no, it's not. I don't like that.
Like I just it's okay. I might be the only person in this call who likes Genshin Impact.
I've not played it. I have no opinion.
It's just really anime Breath of the Wild with a gotcha system that you can ignore if you only want to play the story.
Yeah,
That's all that
Yeah, it's
matters.
anime,
I keep
therefore
saying
it's bad. All anime is bad.
No, I said like the very first time we saw it, I called it Breath of the Weeb, and I'm still very proud of that joke.
It's Breath of the Waifu. It's Breath of the Waifu.
There you go.
I like Breath of the Weed better. It feels more derogatory.
Like the thing is, I think it's a good game, but that's because I ignore the gotcha system. The game winning because of exploiting the gotcha system. I didn't care. I didn't care if Frontiers won or Genshin won. I like both games. I don't care. The weird thing to me is that Genshin's not a game that released. Well, the weird thing to me though is that Genshin is not a game from this year. It's a game from last year.
It's
So
a game from like
2 years
3
ago.
years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
it
no,
was
it-
2020.
Was it 2020?
it being
Okay.
it being the it being up for nomination was weird to me to begin with because of that. But past that, I don't have any skin in the game of which one wins until they started going, "Hey guys, if you vote for us, you'll get Prima Gems." I'm like, "Oh, now I care. Now it's a gotcha game doing the gotcha thing of dangling the carrot in front of your face. Now I have an ethics problem." And I know that they're going to frame it as like, aha, this is our celebration for winning. I'm like, no, it's not a celebration for winning. It was a bribe for voting.
Yeah, and on top of that, like the moment I saw the commercial for Genshin in the Game Awards show, I was like, well, we know how this is gonna go. So, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like it's just I don't know how this all boils down, but like the dude who spent 1,000,000 years giving his awards speech flat out said like he gave he put his vote towards the kid or something. That just tells you everything you need to know, like who's voting for this shit for this show, like how the cookie actually crumbles. Like From Software wins and they also get to premiere the brand new big stinking Armored Core game. Like it's just like ethics are out the window when it comes to this show in general, and I don't really think there's going to be much of a chance against the community of Genshin. It's just they're a bit more uniform than the Sonic fan base is these days. That said, though, like I said this during the stream, like I expected Genshin to win, but also like I wanted Sonic to win. I did. Don't get me wrong, and I would have cheered and everything. But like I expected this, and at the same time, like I'm not gonna make that big of a stink about it because like at the end of the day, like I'm sorry, like I'm still gonna be that old school snob about it. Like I will make a bigger stink when Sonic is contending with anything else on that stage for Game of the Year, art direction, art or director, anything else. Like when Sonic is at that caliber again, I'll have that conversation because that's
Yeah.
what Sonic should be. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm sorry. I did have a great time with Frontiers. It is not on the caliber with anything that was on display in terms of like Game of the Year category wise. That said, should have gotten best soundtrack. Like just like no
I was
more.
about to say the soundtrack.
That
that was very deserved.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm sad Xenoblade 3 didn't win best soundtrack.
You know what didn't win? And like I haven't played this game yet, but I was like, it's all about it. That metal game.
Oh,
Like,
Metal
I wanna play
Hellsinger.
that so bad. Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
so good.
Yeah, dude. It was like that in Xenoblade. I was really hoping. Xenoblade would get literally anything, because that's a good game, dude. And
I keep hearing that's really good, man. I need to play that series.
I think it might be the best one in the franchise. Honestly, it's so good, and it feels like it just kind of got kicked a little under the rug, and I think that it is absolutely a contender against the other games that were up there, and I feel like I heard that Xenoblade 3 was up in the running for Game of the Year, and I said it's not getting it. Like, God of War is too easily.
Everybody suck.
Okay, are we back? I think we're back. Sorry. I
We're
said-
sorry, guys. We're trying. Like this has been like a really rough day for all of us. Like
Yeah.
legitimately, like this is nobody's fault. Absolutely nobody's fault. Like everything
Yeah, like we're really
is working against
trying
us.
to put on a nice show, and the technology. Mark Zuckerberg, come on, the technology. Zuckerberg's let us down. So can we get some pity super chats, please?
There it is.
Thankfully, I don't think.
I like
we're
that.
done.
I like that you put that in the chat. It's gone again.
Huh?
No,
it's back. It's back again.
Okay.
It was gone, but it's back.
All right,
Let's, like,
guys.
rename this episode to like Without a Hitch or something.
We're really good at our job.
Sonic Frontiers didn't win anything. It's the best. Oh my god.
Are you just now
All
saying the
right.
title of the episode?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good name. Yeah, we always start with some good conversation, and then something screws up. It's just not. It's not our day to day, guys. Yeah. All right. So, Genshin and Sonic. Does anyone else want to really kind of comment on that?
It was a vote-based award on Twitter. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what the outcome was going to be. Even if Sonic won that, it would have meant nothing, because it was just a pissing contest of a bunch of riled up fans who didn't care about, like... It basically made it as worthless as the Oscars, where it was more about the trophy than the actual merits of the games.
Yeah.
Oh, the chat's saying they can't hear.
I'm going to start a riot.
I'm going to book you an appointment with the ear doctor because that's very unfortunate.
All of our audio stuff is on my OBS, so we should be coming through. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Just shit yourself.
Yeah, people
I mean,
are
I
saying
can
we're
hear you
like
guys.
coming in and out.
Sounds going in and out with y'all.
I don't know how to fix that.
All right, Nick, is it your turn? You know, this feels like Sunset Heroes, you know? Switch into the next character.
Chat is trolling. Okay, yeah. Like genuinely, like I will block people who's trolling with us. Like we're having a day.
Oh, okay.
Do not fuck
okay.
with us.
God damn.
Don't.
I got so okay. Because I
swear
thought
to
I made a
God.
good
All
point
right.
there.
You did. Holy
See, I
shit!
told you, Nick, it's not me that derails the show, it's the audience.
It's
Blame the audience.
The only way they can make it up to us is with money.
Pup is like doing. He's going so fucking hard for us. He's going so goddamn hard, and literal technology is fighting us at every turn.
But we've all got bread to eat, so
I promise you guys, I'm gonna get a nice long like LAN cable.
look, this turkey ain't gonna pay for itself, so let's just get moving.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Let's just do this, and then we're gonna carry on to the super chats or the at least the clip. For
Wayne, I
Sonic
mean,
Prime.
Wayne basically said what I would say, but I'm gonna say a little more, I guess. Is that yeah? It just became fandoms being fandoms, you know, getting all territorial and tribal and such. And I think it's so adorable though that there are some really, really adorable folks in this community that will go on Twitter and be like, "We need to be better than this, guys." And I appreciate the sentiment entirely, but as I've said before, it's not going to change because there's too many children on Twitter. You know, too many
Yeah.
children like Genshin Impact, too many children like Sonic, and we're just going to end up with this garbage. So
It was really
I
funny.
think-
because,
I don't know. Pay no mind to it is what I say. If you're an adult,
Yeah.
pay no
You're
No,
mind.
right.
like
to
I'm
kids
gonna
be kids.
push back on that a little bit. I saw Daniel Barnes like giving some people some guff for being idiots, and I think if we're gonna be like any kind of like people that like the fan base is holding any of us up there, like then we need to do our part in being like just reminding folks that are coming into this like just mind your manners, please, for God's sakes. Like if we have to be the parents at the table, then I'm gonna be a parent at a table on occasion. Like yeah, like also like I think there's truth to be said with what Pup's saying. Definitely like keep that in mind, but also like while we're here and if we have a voice in the community, then let's try and make this community as welcoming as possible.
It was funny because like as soon as Genshin won that award,
I do
really
agree with
need
that
to-
by example. But
I said something on Twitter. I was just like, okay, let's just please be civil, Sonic fans. I got so many responses that just said no, and then I got some responses I cannot repeat on stream.
Yeah,
I think
My
Like,
favorite
things
part of
like-
this whole ordeal has just been watching the fan art showing the war between Genshin and Sonic. That's been
I had a
funny.
great time with that. Yeah, that's been really funny.
Did you see the one of like somebody said like make love not war, and it was just like
I saw that one. I
You
thought
know
it was
which one I'm
cute.
talking
It's
about,
the female
yeah.
protag holding Sonic.
and they're just making out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought,
Yeah.
you know, in
Yeah, I
Wayne's
saw
words, as the kids would say, I thought that was pretty wholesome.
you're gonna wake up with
But
hot
no, like,
sauce in
I-
your bed.
I'm
I
gonna
hope so.
I'm gonna be honest. The fan art part of it, and maybe it's just because I have such a fan art centered community on my end, but I
Oh,
like
neither do
seeing
I.
that stuff because there's a whole like world of back lore that gets created because of that, and it's hilarious. It's great.
What I thought was funny was that one meme showing the 06 kissing screenshot from like somebody who plays Genshin, and the first thing I saw was like, Genshin fan, come on, come on.
I mean, let's
I
be
know
honest,
what you are.
You could if you change just the way Elise is shaded, you could throw her into Genshin Impact with no changes.
There's darker stuff on your search history, I'm sure. Like just don't even.
Wait, hold up.
Never,
hold up.
never check his external drives.
The voice actress for the Japanese voice actress for the female protag, I think, is what I'm seeing here. Actually had an interview where she was saying if I were to choose, I would want Sonic as my boyfriend, and I'd provide for Shadow.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's a class act right there. I appreciate that.
That's awesome. All right.
No, that's
Oh.
perfect. That is the perfect response.
Oh, that's so good.
I need some emergency food.
All right.
What?
Just
All right, I'm-
mute your mic while it goes in, and especially mute your mic
No,
while it
it's
comes out.
it's a thing from Genshin Impact. The Navi character in that game, you can literally call them emergency food to piss them off.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
you see,
I
well,
remember
I'm
that
really
being a
knowing that, given
meme.
that I'm, not
What's
a
her
weeb.
What's her name?
Yep, Paimon.
Paimon, yeah. It's a weird ass looking Digimon.
Is that the Homer Simpson superhero, Pie Man?
Look, and just it's not a bad game. It doesn't deserve an award, but it's a good game.
I guess.
You know what I'd say? No games deserve awards. Awards are silly.
Maybe instead of the game
I said-
awards, it should be the game stop.
I
The
still like
game
seeing some of the stuff like
Foibles.
stuff that remind me of things I still need to play from this year and all that. But like overall, yeah, it gets kind of boring when it's just like, oh, everything's gonna go to Elden Ring and God of War. I was surprised at the end there, outside of Bill Clinton kid, but like
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked that that Elden won. Like usually the way this shit rolls out is like they do something polite, like they'll throw a trophy to one of the two games that gets nominated for everything, because it's always two games that gets nominated for everything. Like best director usually goes to one of them, and that's the polite one, and then everything.
We keep buffering in and out on the thing. Okay, but we should be good now. Jesus Christ. No, this is my computer now, Black Yakuzu. Like, we swapped who was hosting, and it's still just like...
It just completely, you just completely, okay, then that.
This is my, and it just ended.
Anyway, we're getting a Hellboy game, and that's all that matters.
There you go. Bayonetta looks cool. Nightingale needs to come out already, as does Atomic Heart.
Oh, and we're getting
Wait for those
Judas.
Judas looks rad.
Judas looks
Oh,
cool
I'm
as fuck.
And like everybody else has said, Mario looks pretty good. Chris Pratt does not sound like Mario. I'm sorry, and I wish that Sonic would be bold enough to use the music and all the references and shit like the Mario movie clearly does. I'm excited.
One thing I will give, one thing I'll give Chris Pratt a little credit for is in this clip it at least sounded like he was acting. So we're about 50% of the way there now.
It also kind of sounded
It
like he was
sounds-
going for a Brooklyn accent rather than an Italian one. Which makes
It sounds like he's not
sense.
fully committed to it. It's not fully
My
committed.
issue was like my issue before in previous trailers was that it sounded like a hybrid between he's been woken up at 3 a.m. to do his voice acting lines, and he doesn't sound like Mario. Now we just need to get him sounding like Mario, but he at least sounds like he wants to be in that room now.
I mean, to be
And that's
fair,
not
though,
to say, oh, he's improved, because no, his work is probably already done on the movie. It's just they're probably using some better takes.
everything's
I don't
already-
know.
Yeah, everything's done.
everything's
man.
already finished.
Yeah,
that movie
it's cool,
comes out
it's
in
like-
April.
That's what I'm saying, is like there's no chance that it's like he's improved over time. What I'm basically saying is like, I don't know, they're just using more flattering clips, or maybe it's just that thing of you need to hear it in context. But yeah, bravo, he sounds like he's acting, so that's good.
Yeah, did I
Every single
lose
thing he's
everybody?
done that I've enjoyed so far. Like Italian Brooklyn accent there. What? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it keeps... Okay,
Super chats.
We're good, we're good.
Super chats. We'll talk about. We'll talk
We'll talk about Prime another day. Forget
We'll
it.
talk about it next week. Yeah. Damn it. Sorry, everybody. We just need to get the show done.
Thanks for
we'll
watching
do
us,
the-
even though we don't know how to run a fucking podcast.
You're doing great. Everyone's doing
We
great.
are doing all we can.
We're doing everything we can. So, guys, and you look, you're Sonic fans. You can appreciate just broken things where everyone's trying their best. So it's fine.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You're a very
Alright.
funny man sometimes. All right. Shall we go through the super chats then?
Yes.
Yeah, let's get started.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I,
all right.
also, I cannot read super chats this time around since I'm in motion.
Yep.
No
just
worries, we
keep
got it.
piling it on, buddy. All right, we good. All right. So we're beginning with Where's Arnold, who has decided to be a yogurt male, make things extra easy for us, and donate $9.99 without saying anything. So thank you, Where's Arnold. You are a true yogurt male.
As per usual. Thanks, Arnold. Certified Nobody with $5. Thank you. Variant character that Infinite's first win is against a child and was also pretty close.
Yeah, this is
What?
referring to the poll of like basically Sega were going to do some artwork or something, and they were deciding who should be in the art. Should it be Infinite or Cream? And there was a poll, and it was very close, but Infinite seemed to win, and I'm happy about that because we don't really see any of Infinite these days. So, hooray!
Just one game and we're already done with them. Yeah, like the Sega user characters. Wayne.
We got the Fallen Redditor with £5. Between Sonic and Xenoblade...
Euros, those are
euros.
euros. Well,
Oh, right, yeah. £5
fake money
between
anyway.
Sonic and Xenoblade getting nothing. I am thoroughly depressed. Kirby is my saving grace. Love you guys. Keep up the good work. I was happy to see Kirby win an award.
we appreciate you.
Get a fucking lesson. Okay. Get a fucking lesson. Okay.
We're back.
We're back.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Where am I at here? All
so
right.
did we finish Jamal? Well, thank you, Jamal, for the $2. All right, Nick, you're up.
Yeah, OzJam with $5. Thank you. Any thoughts on the Game Awards? I know Nick doesn't have to care, since he already bought Peak Multicolored Horses game for $8. Truly a Chadney. Well, I think we kind of went over it.
Half of that. Yeah.
We
got
literally
it.
went
Thanks,
through all this.
John, eh?
Yeah. We did some thoughts on Game Awards and hope you managed to hear some of it.
We hope you enjoyed the show, OzJam.
Good lord. All right.
I think that's me next. Shit. Sorry, I'm getting a little mixed up here. Am I met Mr. Krabs with $5?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Naka getting arrested again. Naka, don't worry, I got this again. He run from the cop again, but the gun truck is going after him.
Going
Wayne?
after him. Oh no, Wayne.
Oh,
There you are.
He's fine.
sorry, I read it. I keep watching my my little connection thing, and it goes
No,
from
it's
green
understandable.
all the way down to red.
Is it still green right now?
It's green right now. It
Thank
probably
you,
won't
Mr.
be in
Krabs.
2 minutes. Anyway, Naka getting arrested again. Naka, don't worry, I got this again. He runs from the cop again, but the gun truck is going after him.
What a great story. Thank you again, Mr. Krabs, for the $4.99. Next up, we have Eggmaster64 with $4.99. Sunset City, constant train wrecks, but always arrives on time. What are you talking about?
Sure
The
doesn't.
majority of the time,
We are
we
late.
arrive a half hour late. Whose fault is that, sir? It's Mr. I'm at the drive-thru pretty much 1 minute before the show's supposed to start.
I am driving through the country right now. You fuck.
I will see you after school, mister. All
Let's
right, Nick,
keep that
you're up.
for after the show, for God's sakes. Stevie Cole with £5. Gift aid for pub to upgrade from Windows 90, the Windows 95
Yeah.
He rocks.
Oh, what does that make Wayne then? Is
Windows
he just
95 Rocky must be
Windows?
running.
What does that make Wayne then? Is he Vista?
I'm
It's
on
well,
Windows.
no.
I'm on Windows 11. That's worse.
He's doing his best. We're all doing our best. He's holding up a note to the window, hopefully,
Wait, how
trying
do
to
you
get a better
say Nokia?
signal.
Anyways,
Um,
thank you, Stevie.
It's
Thank
a
you for the
Japanese word.
gift.
Everyone says it wrong. It's fine.
we got. Where's Arnold with $4.99? Way pet. Oh no, it's just
No,
$4.99.
he's being a yogurt
Th-
male.
thank
He's
you.
got
Where's
nothing to
Arnold?
say. Okay, way past Yule Kid with $1.99. Merry Crimbus, boys. I missed you guys. A Merry Chrism to you too, way past Yule Kid, and thank you for the $1.99.
Where's
Merry
Arnold
Christ,
without another message, but another generous donation with $10. Thank you.
Christ, hang on.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are, Club.
Yeah, I got problems of my own, man. Where are we at?
Black Yakuza 94, and I think it's Wayne's turn.
Okay, yeah, Black Yakuza 94 with $5. The best thing to come out of that award fiasco was the Genshin FMC Sonic fan art. Yeah, there we go.
Wasn't it just?
Yep.
We discussed that already, though, didn't we?
We did.
That's what he's talking. Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Good stuff. Hope you enjoyed the show about Black Yakuza 94.
All right, pup.
Oh, right, yeah. Phoenix sends £5. I love Sonic Frontiers, but at most it deserved like a soundtrack nomination award. It just means way more to just Sonic than video games as a whole. Yeah, I get that. Like, you know, he's someone that gets a little snubbed and stuff. The fact is, let's just celebrate how far we've come, you know? Like, this is good stuff. We're in a good place. Yeah. If you love the game, let's celebrate it, you know? We don't need no stinky award. Right, okay, time's up. Okay, Nick, you're up.
All right. Let's see here. Kid Ridge with $10. Thank you. Longtime silent watcher, first time super chatter. Did you guys feel when they played the music for the Game of the Year nominees, only Xenoblade 3 stood out? Other than that, I heard no difference in the music. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the orchestras kind of mesh together these days.
I noticed it the most with Xenoblade and God of War. I think both of those have really standout scores, and a lot of the rest of what we see from AAA games is kind of what we see from like modern Marvel movies, where a lot of the music just sort of blurs together.
A lot of talent on display, but
Yeah. And that one guy on the flute.
yeah, Flute guy went after it. I followed him on Twitter after that.
Yeah, me too.
Also, welcome to the Super Chatter Club, Kid Ridged. We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Wayne, didn't you share that with us? Like,
I did. I was just like, guys, we found the flute guy.
we found the flute guy. It's so many good memes just immediately after the show. It was so good. All right. Whose turn is it? Is it Pup's turn? No, it's Wayne's turn.
Oh, it is Wayne's
Go on,
turn.
Wayne.
Yeah, sorry, I'm like trying to log all of these, and it keeps like resetting my screen on here.
Oh,
No worries,
jeez.
dude.
Yeah, no. Do you want me to put burger?
Yeah. No.
Okay, hang on, I've got dog hair in my
Okay.
mouth.
We
Ugh.
got
Okay, right, let's try again.
Ozgem H with $5. I asked this last week to Pup. Do you think Roger could work for Movie Sonic? Main reason is the Chris Pratt thing, but I was curious on your thoughts.
I'm going to give you a bit of a political answer here, but I've always thought that Roger Craig Smith did a really good job in the role of Sonic, even if I didn't like the version of Sonic he was playing in the Colors era. And I think he's really settled into being a more mature take on the character, which is kind of a polar opposite of what movie Sonic is. He's still the kid that's growing up. I think Roger works really well for the more matured Sonic. And, I think he can do kind of the kid Sonic as well, but I think for movie Sonic anyway, that ADHD kid that he's playing, not so much. I think, Ben Schwartz is the man for the job there, and I cannot imagine Roger Craig Smith in that version of the role.
Yeah,
So that's kind of how I put it. I don't think it'll work.
On a brief thought, I think it's also worth stating that at least in English voice cast, Sonic has a wider history of being portrayed by several different actors versus Mario, where we've only really known one. Or
Yeah, and
just
I
for
think-
voice acting. Obviously, we have like some live action actors that portrayed the character, but you guys know what I mean.
With Ben Schwartz as well, while his voice is pretty
Captain
distinct.
Lou
it's still-
Albano.
All right. Okay. I don't know what that was, but thanks.
Captain Lou Albano. He did the voice for Mario back in the day in the old cartoon.
Yeah, and he told
Oh, I thought
he
you were
told
just
kids
saying a funny Hawaiian phrase or something.
and he told
Mario swing your arm from side to side.
that was the one
Change
that
it
told
to
all the
swing your
kids
cat from side
not
to
to do
side and do an
drugs.
Only Plays reference.
That was the guy that told all the kids not to do drugs or they would go to hell before they
Oh,
die,
is he
right?
the I hope she made lots of spaghetti version of
No,
Mario?
it's a different. Yes, maybe I don't fucking know, dude. Anyway,
Or is
we
he
got,
the no?
we got more of these we gotta read.
Yeah.
Pup, you're
All
up.
right, so
Oh, me?
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, yes.
My bad. Okay, sorry. Yeah, my bad. Okay, Mr. Krabs sends $1.99. Ah! Animal should have played Vandalize last night.
I really.
I'm
want...
glad his
Animal.
wife was helping with the hosting for the pre-show.
Are you saying wife?
I mean, did you not see what that lady was wearing?
Oh.
No, I didn't. I wasn't watching it. I didn't tune in.
Oh.
Also, good to know that Animal is also an appreciator of redheads. So.
Wait, when you say animal, do you mean
No,
as in the Muppet?
his wife's got nice dark hair, man.
No, I was talking about
Are we talk-
his favorite Elden Ring
Oh,
boss.
yeah! I forgot about that.
I didn't.
Oh man! All right, so Animal should have played Vandalize last. That was so good. Astonishing Red with $10. Thank you. I agree with Wayne. God of War is like the model AAA game, and losing out to Elden Ring sends a good message across the industry that it's okay to develop games outside of the expected standards. I agree to a point, but like it was a fairly predictable. I mean, like nothing really interesting won last night.
Yeah.
And like most of the time, it's not devoted to the games. It's just I don't know, kind of pick a lane at this point. Like if you're gonna be doing like the next E3, then just do the next E3.
And I've
But-
got, and my thing is like, especially if we're talking about games like God of War, it's like I've got mad respect for it, if only because it's so well made and because they are just good. But at the same time, if we're talking game of the year, when I hear people talking about the God of War games, the recent ones, they're usually not talking about the gameplay.
Valid.
That's a valid take. Yeah. All right. Wayne.
Gotcha.
Oh, you need burger?
Ozgem H with $5. I had this thought right now, but the Hellboy game made think of an IDW cell shaded game, Sonic cell shaded game. Also, juice of the gamer is to be quenched by you fellas. Thank you.
All right, we will Enjoy the gamer juice.
I also want a cel-shaded Sonic game because that would look awesome.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That'd be great. Stevie sends in £5 and says, Wayne, I'm sorry about your... Hang on. Wait, Stevie's British, isn't she? Okay. Wayne, I'm sorry about your Windows ME running potato. Godspeed.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
We got to get her on the show sometime. It's just going to rip you apart, and it's going to be great.
Wait, which one? Where rip all of us apart? Or
No,
just
you
I
Wayne?
think
specifically.
you specifically for the Cockney accent, I think.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, no, yeah, my British accent
Dude,
is not very
she made our stream yesterday just so much fun. She had stayed up way too late and was just sassing everything. It was a great time. So thank you, Stevie. All right, and now Chris Linux with $4.99.
No,
Thank you.
not quite. Not quite.
Oh,
Not
we got
quite.
we got updated. Yeah, we just got a new one. Okay. Mr. SP for $12.09. Thank you. Here's a pity super chat. Don't spend it all in one place.
See, I told you it would work.
Thank you.
I told you my strategy would work.
Well done, pup.
Don't,
Thanks for the
yeah, don't
$12
thank him.
right?
Thank me.
oh, we also
Thanks to me, we got an extra $12.09. No, thank you, Mr. SP. In all seriousness.
We also have Chris Lennox with $4.99. Hey guys, since we're getting DLC for Frontiers, do you all think Sega will do a second wave of DLC to keep the hype going? There is so much opportunity. I kind of want to say, after the first batch of DLC, I don't want more than that. I want them to move on to the next game.
I think
I mean-
as it is, they've basically announced 3 waves. Effectively, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, I think, will be plenty.
This doesn't feel like more stuff. This feels like we're trying to finish the game. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I see this DLC to be. Which, again, like we got a pretty solid game with what we got, and I'm glad they focused up where they needed to. But it's very telling where they ran out of money, which we all keep saying. So when I look at this DLC, I think this is just, I think it's a very good sign. At the end of the day, I appreciate that Sega's allowing them to do that. I appreciate that they're putting up the money to keep this team going, and that they're not putting the cost on the consumer. It's the most telling sign of things to come as far as I'm concerned, and I think it's a plus. But yeah, I don't really want more DLC after that. Let's just move on to the next game.
We got one final
Who's
super
up?
chat. I believe it's you.
Okay, Mr. Krabs sends $4.99. Oh, okay, is he just starting all of his super chats with that now?
Yeah.
The 1W, which was the Harry Potter game, didn't win any award last night. Also, here's some money for y'all to get the burger.
Thank you, Mr.
Man,
Is the Harry Potter
I-
game even out?
No, it comes out in February. I cannot wait for that game to come out so everyone will shut the hell up about it.
I don't know who's still really talking about it.
I have this one guy who comes
think
into my
it's gonna come
store
in-
like basically every day that I work, and it's the only thing on his brain is that stupid Harry Potter game.
I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I wish the author wasn't a piece of shit. I would have
Yeah.
liked to have known that before I got into the franchise. I still think it looks pretty good, all things considered.
I
But-
enjoyed the franchise, but I was never like deep enough into it where like once like stuff started happening, I was pretty like I can live without this. It's whatever.
It's yeah, it just means a lot to my mom, and it just
Yeah.
means a lot to me too. So it's yeah, I'm stuck on
No.
that level, which sucks. But
I'm mostly
We've
just tired
been,
of hearing about it.
that's fair. You're
we've-
stuck in a game store. I
we've
get it.
been-
They're games I got fucking tired of at GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
We've been
Oh, I
going without connection interruption for a little bit. Shall we attempt a Prime discussion?
No. No.
I say we get through this one last super chat.
there's
Maybe
another one?
we can briefly get into it, and then if we run into issues again, we can just call it. Because I
Okay,
do at least want to
um,
mention that Prime short or clip or whatever.
All
Yeah,
right, Phoenix
okay,
with 10 pounds.
I wanted to
Why
talk
is
about that
Stuart
clip today
Schmidt still
too.
in the server?
I apologize, Nick. Do you mind reading off that super chat one more
No
time?
problem. No problem. Phoenix, again, I disagree with Wayne, to be honest. Gameplay is the most important part, but there's also a lot more that goes in the crafting experience, especially when the gameplay also serves the purpose of the narrative. Yeah, and I think that's why God of War and a lot of these Sony experiences win as much as they do, because when all of the art or when all of the departments are working on all cylinders and they put together a very cohesive experience, it is something to be celebrated. But
I do enjoy the gameplay of the God of War games too.
I do too, but I just think they fall short of the gameplay of and many other games, and I think that they don't service the narrative as much as, or I think they do too much to service the narrative versus the narrative servicing the gameplay.
Listen, man, you'll be hard pressed to find a gameplay experience as fun as throwing my axe and then getting it back in my hand and throwing it again, and getting it back in my hand, throwing it again. You know, that's what the whole experience is about for me.
You got me
I
there.
like throwing the axe.
Yeah.
I can't refute that.
but I'm gonna say this though, and I mean, like the Valkyrie fights were very challenging in the first game. I've not played through the second one a whole lot yet, but I will say, yeah, it did a lot of the time feel like. Now, this is a lot of the case with a lot of Sony games where it just feels like we really want you to see the entire game. We've spent a lot of money on it, so we're gonna kind of walk you through everything. You got a character, and you got a side character. They're always talking. They never shut the fuck up, and you're usually just walking down a hallway from set piece to set piece. Even in more open areas like Last of Us 2 and God of War, it still felt like a pretty linear experience. That said, though, Horizon, I like as far as like a Sony game is concerned, like even for an open world, it still felt very limiting for me. Especially coming out against Zelda. I've not played the second game a whole lot though, so I could be just talking out of my ass there.
And
At the end of the day, the first time I heard Kratos say "boy," I knew that I wanted this game to win an award.
Well, don't worry, because Kratos got up there and then spoke for. I mean, he's still speaking to this day. He's still going.
Did you say more?
and it still didn't feel as long as that stupid Party Animals trailer.
Wait, so was there like an actual CGI Kratos that went up on stage?
No, it was Christopher Judge. It was the actor.
I was. Is he related to Mike Judge?
He just got. Listen,
That
this man
boy
is
ain't
not
right.
This man does not like public speaking, and he got up there on stage and just did not know what to do with himself. He was feeling very excited and very emotional, and didn't know when to stop talking.
Like genuinely, it was very sweet. But yeah, he was up there for a better part of 5 to 10 minutes.
It was close.
He was up there.
Yeah, it was a while.
Well, I say that Mike Judge should have gone up on that stage and said, "Dang it, Bobby."
But like at the same time, though, like have you seen
Well
Christopher
timed
Judge?
coughing there.
Like who's going to stop him?
Yeah,
Who's going to stop that dude?
not me.
Is he built? Is he built?
Yeah,
He's
a mountain.
Yeah, he's a mountain of a dude.
Let's have a look at him. Is he as big as Mount Shasta?
Sure.
I did want to
I
say
like Mount Shasta.
briefly. There's only so much to say about the Sonic Prime clip. Looks good. I wish the flashback sequence with the sprite work didn't look like fucking Flappy Bird.
You know what? I've been seeing a lot of pushback on that. I appreciate that it's there at all. I think it looks okay. It's not great. I think it looks okay.
Yeah, that's kind of where my thoughts begin and end.
I really like the voice acting I'm hearing from both Sonic and Tails.
Yeah.
I thought they did a pretty good job. Yeah, the inflections were really good.
Yeah, and I was quite surprised by how different Tails sounds from, like, Colleen O'Shaughnessy. I mean, obviously, yeah, it's a different voice actress, but, you know how it is,
You know how it is.
If you don't, just ask Ghost. He knows. He knows how it is.
This is about as storybook as it's going to get for you guys. Like, we're going to get an alternate universe. And it's going to give a chance for these brand new folks to really play with these characters in different ways, since they're going to be taking on, slightly different variations of these personalities as we go from dimension to dimension. So I think it's going to be cool.
It's going to be fun. It looks fun. I think it's going to be fun.
They've sold me on Sonic and Tails voice acting anyway. I really like their voices.
What makes me really sad, though, is that, Nick, you promised me that we would watch 8 Crazy Nights at least once at your place, and we never did.
Oh, darn. Oh, shucks. Oh, man, I feel real bad about that.
Oh,
No, you should.
Gabe
You
apologizes
should.
over Party. He's a fucking liar.
I will say that with the Prime clip, though, I am glad that our version of Sonic this time doesn't just sound like he's trying to emulate Roger. Because in the earlier Sonic Prime clips that we got, it sounded very much like a guy trying to sound like Roger Craig Smith. And in this one, it sounds like just a different type of Sonic, which I'm happy about.
I think it's one of those things where, like, you can never judge, off of a few seconds. I think I'm learning this myself.
I'm not going to fret on it anyway, just because, like, if we keep learning from other Sonic voice actors, like, you need to give them a little bit of time to figure out what they're doing with the character. I mean, it's good to hit the ground running best you can, but, I mean, for shows specifically, usually there's a bit of evolution after season 1. I mean, look at Sonic X, look at Sonic Colors,
Yeah.
Rogers versus what he's doing now. Comes down to voice direction, comes down to experience. So I think for a first time, they're doing a pretty damn good job, and I'm excited just to see them grow because I liked what I saw from the clip. So,
Well, ain't
Yeah.
that the way it is?
there we go.
Yep.
Guys, we're gonna end things now. I think.
Whoa, let's not be too rash. We've had a hard time, but that doesn't mean you have to do that.
Oh my god! No,
Oh,
that's-
you mean the show? Okay, you mean today's episode. Got it.
Makuta Assault with $2. Thank you. 8 Crazy Nights is free if you got YouTube Premium. All right, good to know. I'm not gonna watch it.
I do have that, so I think we should. You know what we need to do is have a Discord watch party, and we watch 8 Crazy Nights.
I've suffered through that film once, and there's no force on heaven, earth, or hell that could ever get me to sit through that god awful film again.
Hard
Howard.
cut to us watching it.
No,
It's always the
Sunny
way it
theme
is.
just starts playing.
Guys, you remember that time we watched 8 Crazy Nights?
It was fantastic.
Fantastic.
Next
guys.
time we'll meet in person, we gotta force Wayne to watch it.
No.
Hey, I'll just drop out of the call.
Of these
No,
sweet
no,
precious
this is a-
times we have together.
That sounds like
This
a
is
tactical
a
foul
will
to
be
me.
in person. Wayne, have you seen A Clockwork Orange?
We're
Guys
gonna
are
do
like
that.
You guys would
We're
make
gonna
terrible
do
dates.
Clockwork Orange.
Just all spend some time together, and you guys just want to watch movies. I want to get to
No,
know you.
no, that's not what we're saying. Is you know the whole. Okay,
Look
Nick,
me in the
first of
eyes when
all-
you tell me that you love me.
First of all, you're expecting way too much in that situation. But secondly, like, I forgot. Never mind. Okay, leave it.
All right,
let's go.
for real though, guys. We're doing just because we haven't said it yet. We're cutting off the super chats. Thank you so much. If there are any more after this point, we will read it next time. But we've had a wild time just trying to get this show off the ground. Thank you guys for enduring with us. It was a wild time. Just real quick, let's just do our quick shout outs. What's everyone up to? Pup, what are you up to, man?
I think I'm gonna try eating an onion like it's an apple.
You know
And
what?
in videos wise, I'm gonna just do some other stuff. And yeah,
I've heard that a baked onion, just a straight up baked onion, is not that bad.
dude, like cooked onion, fine. Like I'd imagine like eating like a raw onion like it's an apple though would be quite a challenge.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's a red onion. It'll taste better.
Oh yeah, the red onions are the best onions. But why are they called red
Oh, yeah.
onions when they're purple?
Good question.
They hadn't invented colors yet. All right.
Oh
and
yeah,
for
it wasn't
me-
2011 yet.
Right.
Or
And then
2010.
there's me. I just released a couple of Sonic speed readings these last couple of weeks. If you want to go
Who
check
edited
those
them?
out. I edited one of them. You edited the other one. So thank you very much for that.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, please go check those out. They're not getting as much attention as other speed readings. I guess people just don't care about Archie Knuckles that much. Who can?
Or Susan
I'm
Wojcicki's
sorry,
let you down.
sorry, Ken. Sorry about that, buddy.
Well,
Yeah, I'm still working on my Sonic Frontiers script, so I'm gonna finalize that script today, and I'm gonna get that recorded. So my patrons should be expecting that early next week, and I will have that video done before we get to the spoiler cast. So get ready for that. That's what I got on the table. Cirrus, what about you?
So I've got the entirety of the What If Shadow Died video. The second one is recorded. I'm actually getting a couple of other people to voice act some of the characters in it. So my parts are recorded. I'm waiting on those parts to come in. And then I've got the entirety of my Sonic Frontiers review recorded. But it's 2.5 hours. And I don't know how that's getting edited or how I'll afford that. I hate life, but it's done. And I'm at least happy about that.
We
Fair
can make some arrangements, man, if you want. You know, we can always figure some stuff out, you know.
Some arrangements.
Yeah, I need you to bring me a finger.
I'm sure I can find one lying around somewhere in Georgia.
So he's a merchant in Elden Ring. Got it.
You
Nice.
You
should
can
check
probably
your
find
local.
one laying around in your house, man.
You could probably find one at a local pizza parlor. All I'm saying.
Y'all
Yeah,
better
you
not
better
vote.
not vote. You better not vote Democrat.
God.
We haven't really talked about that yet. Can you? Oh, for God's sakes!
We've got a lot to discuss in the coming years, so don't worry about it. They'll never stop Sunset City. Never fear, we've got stories for years.
For sure. Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could say I was working on a lot right now, but I'm mostly just trying to conserve my energy for holiday retail. Although I will say that hasn't been going too badly. Like, got a good team over there. We're cranking through things, but unfortunately, it's not leaving me a whole lot of energy for video work after that. I'm gonna be recording footage for Digimon World 2. That's kind of my main priority right now. Other than that, I may try to stream a bit more to kind of make up for the lack of content. But yeah, Digimon World 2 will be ready when it is ready. Oh, and also,
We're streaming this weekend.
huh?
I wouldn't mind doing some more streaming on this channel. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Do some of that too.
I mean, hey,
Bring
I
back
want
Sunset Arcade,
I
man.
want the Doomslayer in Fortnite. So all I'm saying. But
Yeah, dude. There's a couple things I want to get.
There are
get
things he
from-
wants.
Yeah.
But also worth noting that in a few weeks, I know I think 3 of us will be present at Magfest, and
I haven't bought my plane ticket. I gotta get that sorted.
yeah, you gotta figure that out, buddy. Do you have
Oh, boy.
your convention ticket?
Yeah, I bought them. Like,
Okay,
a couple
good,
months
good,
ago at
because
this
like
point. Yeah,
those went up in price recently, but yeah,
Yeah.
so that'll be awesome. That I'm looking forward to. I'm very excited for Mag.
Oh yeah, me too, man.
You're not part of this. You're not part of this conversation, Pup. Sit
I
down.
miss you, Pop.
I miss
Love
you
this.
guys too.
You left this country and you left my heart. That's how that goes.
Durham.
Wow, jeez. Okay, all right.
All right. Well, yeah, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us today at Sunset City. I know there were a lot more issues on the road getting through it. It got very icy. Kind of other analogies and metaphors and shit like that. Thank you guys so much for
Wayne,
hanging out with
you-
us.
Wayne, is the resident here? Is Resident Zero here?
I don't have him.
You don't have him? Okay,
I
never
don't
mind
have
then.
him.
All right,
He got caught in
Skeleton
the
will be
trap.
back next week. Yeah, he's. All right, can we go?